next speaker is Syed Aazam. Aazam is deeply immersed in the art of public speaking, actively participating in a range of elocution platforms. He excels at Model United Nations conferences, where his sharp negotiation and communication skills truly shine. Known for his assertive and persuasive oratory style, Azam will be exploring the themes of emotional intelligence and personal transformation in his talk today.
To start off with my talk, I'd like to invite you all on a journey back to my fourth grade classroom, where sat a vision of me that was so young and naive, yet extremely enthusiastic. The story is set 2 weeks before our class assembly. I still remember my teacher was handing out roles. Someone was assigned the music, another the dance, and another the prayer. However, none of these roles excited me. The only time when I felt a surge of excitement push through my veins was when the teacher asked the question, who wants to anchor the event? The thought, the feeling of anchoring the entire assembly, where everyone looked forward to my voice between each segment, that is something that I wanted to do. So I raised my hand as high as I could, stretched it further than anyone else's, hoping and praying that she would choose me. She did choose the person sitting right next to me, who also happened to be my best friend at the time. I sat up that night and thought to myself, what did he have that I didn't? What did she see in him that she didn't see in me? I came up with no answer. So the next morning, I went up to him and asked him up front, why do you think you were a better choice than me? He stood there, looked me dead in the eye, and said, well, you in public speaking is just a bit I mean, a stage, a mic, and you? I just don't see that happening. Well, ta-da! The point I'm trying to make is that sentence, those words changed my life. All I wanted to do at that point was change my perspective and his perspective about myself. So I made 2 small changes. I changed what I said, and I changed how much I said. Those 2 changes became stepping stones to this stage, to this carpet, and to this wonderful audience. From that moment, I derived the formula. The triangle-looking thing is delta. It's a statistical term that we use to define change. So delta, what I said, plus delta of how much I said, summed up to TEDx. Once I got a taste for change, I just could not stop wanting to change. So a couple years down the line, I changed something that was so important and influential to me. I changed, drum roll, my hairstyle. From ever since I could remember, I rocked the same old rusty buzz cut. From when I was 5, to when I was 7, to when I was 9. And then 11 as well. That boy you see in that picture, he has his hair that short, not because he isn't allowed to grow it out. He has it that short because he's afraid of change. He is unable to risk changing something because he's terrified of the negative possibilities, causing him to completely disregard the positive ones. That's a picture of me a year later. As you can see, my hair is much, much, much longer. He's completely different. He understands the negative possibilities. He admires them, yet he embraces change anyways. His hair and his readiness to change grew hand in hand. However, today, when I take a look at that picture, I wish I better analyzed the negative possibilities, because what in the world is that hairstyle? The next year was my grade 10, the most important academic year of my life. I started the year off on the wrong foot, probably the worst foot that I could start it off on. I saw grades that were so low and embarrassing. I had people tell me to my face that success would never come to me with grades like that I would never be able to achieve my dreams with grades like that, and would be stuck my entire life a big, giant F. At that moment, I could choose to either cradle up into my little bubble, my little safe spot, or break free and test the heights that I could reach. So I chose to pop the bubble. I made small changes, woke up 15 minutes earlier today, 25 the next, and 30 the day after. One more paragraph today, one more chapter the next, and one more worksheet the day after. I carry this as a sign, as proof of the true power that lies within change. This is my academic excellence badge, the one I was awarded not too long ago on this very stage. This badge makes all those long, sleepless, laborious nights worth it. This badge makes all those weekends at home struggling to do math worth it. The older you get, the better you understand that change gives you wings. And with those wings, you can choose to either fly towards your dreams or away from your dreams. And which direction you fly in, that and only that is something that you and I can decide. When you understand this, that's when you realize that true beauty isn't in your height, your weight, or your hair. True beauty is in your ability to change. Because anything that I can point out, you can change. You can change your hair, and you can change your weight. So if every imperfection that I can point out you can change, what stops you from being perfect? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Aazam.